So before start learning of Salesforce, you have to understand about the four questions. First of all, what is software? So this is the very first basic question. And second one is, what are the different departments available in the software industry? And what are the different type of software companies are available? So this is the second question, different types of software companies. And the third one is different departments in software company. And third one is types of softwares. Yes, it's very mandatory to know about all these four questions before start learning of Salesforce. Why? Because maybe you may heard about Java, or maybe heard about .NET, or maybe heard about Python. In the similar way, Salesforce is also one of the software technologies. So what exactly we can do? In the software industry, every technology is related to software itself. Java, what we can do? We can use to develop a software. .NET, what we can do? Yes, we can use to develop a software. So it's something like different types of technologies we are using to develop different types of softwares. So that's why here type of softwares also we need to understand what type of softwares we have to develop. Okay, fine. And exactly what is the meaning of software and why should we use these softwares? Maybe you may heard about this one. Just let me give the clarity about this. Generally, as a human being, you can perform various type of operations in your life. Yes. So these operations can be a general operations or business oriented operations. So business oriented operations are nothing but whenever you are performing a banking related operations or otherwise railway reservation operations. So these are all we are calling business operations. Eating, walking, running, these are all we can call that. It's something like a general operations. We no need to talk about general operations. We need to talk about business oriented operations. Yes. So in these business oriented operations, why we have to know about these business oriented operations means each and every technology, whatever we are learning. So these are all used to work with these business oriented operations only. That's why we need to talk about this. Let's assume you want to reserve a railway ticket. Yes. What will you do? Definitely you will go to a nearest railway reservation counter and you stand in the queue and you fill the reservation form and finally you are going to reserve the ticket. So this is what a manual operation. This was earlier in 10 years back. And if you want to do some withdrawal, cash withdrawal, or otherwise if you want to deposit the cash, then what we will do? Nearly 10 years back, how it is the process? So definitely you went to nearest banking outlet, you stand in the queue, and finally you have filled the form. Finally, you have deposited the amount. So this is all what? Manual operations. 10 years back or 15 years back. But nowadays, is anyone going to railway reservation counter? Or is anyone going to banking outlet to do these operations? No. Why? Softwares. Because of softwares. So in these manual operations, the main drawback is time consuming process is very more. You're standing in a queue means minimum half an hour time you have to wait. Maybe it will take 1 hour time or maybe it will take 2 hours of time. But I don't want to waste that much of time. What's the solution? Software. So to reserve the railway tickets, we have some railway reservation apps or we can say softwares. And to book the tickets through to do the banking operations, we are having some banking applications, or we can call software. Actually, application, software, both are same. Software is a technical word, application is a general word. That's it. That is the only difference. So by using these softwares, what we can do? Yes, every activity can be done just by sitting in your home. You no need to go outside. You no need to stand in a queue. You no need to wait. So time consuming process is very less. So software, finally, the point is here, generally what is a software means. For this one, a lot of technical definitions are there. But simply software is a one computer based application used to perform business oriented operations like railway reservation or banking operations or online shopping. These are all comes under business oriented operations. Occasionally we will do based on the requirement. Regularly, if you perform any type of operation, that is a general operation. We no need to worry about this general operation. And one more technical definition is there for the software. Like software is a collection of programs. Maybe you may heard about this one. Yes, that is also correct. So on what basis we are going to say? Okay, before that, how to develop this software and who will develop the software? Software engineer, or we can say software developer. Software developer is going to develop the software. Yes, you all wants to become software developers, but how? So you need to know about some programming languages. Then only you will become software developer. Otherwise you won't. The reason is simple. I will tell you one simple point. One goldsmith is there. He wants to design an ornament. For that one, what is required? Gold. So only with the help of gold, he is going to what? Design this. And one carpenter is there. He wants to design a table. How? Yes, for that one, he is going to use the some raw material, that is wood. Goldsmith is going to use the gold is the raw material. Carpenter is going to use wood as a raw material to design their own items. In the similar way, a software developer wants to develop a software. For that one, some raw material is required. That raw material is programming language. Without this, you can't. So that's why we can say softwares can be developed using programming languages. C, C++, Java, .NET, PHP, Python, all these are the different programming languages. Even Salesforce is also one of that one, but I will let you know very clearly. Why? Because it is a bundle, it is collection of some languages we can use. But what is the advantage of Salesforce also, I will let you know. You no need to compare with Java or .NET or anything. Why? Because this is completely different and the purpose of Salesforce is completely different. So, if you want to develop any software, you have to use programming language. But how to develop? For that one, you need to write some programs. So what is a program? And why should we use this particular program? That we have to understand. See, remember, as far as software is concerned, any type of software if you take, I will let you know very clearly. It's a, yeah, see here. This is software. It may be an IRCTC application, or it may be banking application, or it may be calculator application, or it may be Amazon application, or it may be Flipkart application, or it may be Book My Show application. These are the different applications. So IRCTC, what we can do with this IRCTC? Different operations like reservation, cancellation, PNR inquiry, check the refund status. Like these are the different operations. By using banking applications, funds transfer, loan inquiry, mini statement, or otherwise detailed statement, apply for loan, apply for credit card, apply for debit card. Like these are the different operations. By using calculator, what we can do? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Like by using Amazon application, what we can do? Search for the products, add to cart, as well as purchase the items, add to wish list. So these are the different activities. Add the address, communication address, cancel the order, track the order. Yes, these are all. So if you observe, these are all either applications or softwares, anything we can call. Application is a general word, software is a technical word. And every application, by using application, we can perform some operations. These are all operations. In the technical point of view, you want to develop an IRCTC application. IRCTC application is called software. Technical word is. Then how to develop, how to perform this reservation operation, how to perform this cancellation operation, how to perform this PNR inquiry, how? Yes, for that one, we need to write some programs. First program, second program, third program, fourth program by using one of the languages. Yes, this software you can develop by using one of the programming languages. So by using these programming languages, you need to write some set of instructions. So each and every instruction we are calling as program. See, like by using first program, we can perform reservation. By using second program, cancellation. By using third program, PNR inquiry. The meaning is what? Your software is collection of programs. Program is set of instructions used to perform an operation. Yes. In general terminology, we are calling application and these are operations. And in the technical terminology, we are calling the same application as a software. And the same operations we are calling as a task or activity. Anything we can call task or activity. In the software terminology, in the SDLC terminology point of view, we have to call this one as a task workflow or activity workflow. That means how these operations we need to perform. Which one is first? Which one is next? Which one is next? Activities we are calling. So maybe little terminologies maybe changes, but these are all, it's very easy to understand the domain knowledge. So as far as our first question is concerned, I have given 4 questions. The first question is what is software? So for that one answer we got that. Software is collection of programs. Simply use it to perform various business oriented operations. What is the advantage of software? Can perform the business oriented operations in very less time. Our time consuming process is reducing. Our time wasting process is reducing. If you are using the Amazon application, just you can do your shopping within half an hour. But if you go to a shopping mall, it will take minimum 5 to 6 hours. If you use the IRCTC application, within 10 minutes you can reserve the ticket. But if you go to railway reservation counter, minimum 1 hour. If you are using banking application, you can do the banking operations within 10 to 15 minutes. But if you go to a bank, it may take minimum 1 hour. See, everywhere what time consuming process is reducing. That is the main advantage of software. So these softwares we can develop by using various type of programming languages. So programming language is the raw material. Without this, no developer can develop these softwares. Okay, so the next question is, what type of software companies are available? Different software companies. Remember, generally, as far as software industry is concerned, software companies are two types. First one, product-based company. Second one is service-based companies. Hardly 10% of product-based companies are there. 90% of companies are service-based companies. If any company plan about a software, develop the software, release the software, if both the three activities are done by same company, that is called product-based company. Let's assume Microsoft is there. They have planned to develop MS Office, let's assume. So planning. After that, the same company itself was developed that MS Office. The same company itself is released that product in the market. Google company is there. So they have planned to develop the Gmail application, and they have developed this Gmail and they have released in the market. So these companies we are calling product-based companies. Almost it's a maximum 10% of companies only product-based companies. And service-based company is nothing but it. These won't release the product in the market. So they are just taking the orders from the clients, develop the software, and they will return to them. Best example I'll give you. Let's take Citibank. Citibank wants one banking application they want. But Citibank is not a software company. So definitely they will approach to one of the software companies to develop this application. Let's assume some TCS company. So TCS company will gather the requirements from the client. All requirements they will collect. And they will plan how to develop this. After that, they will start the development of an application. Yes, once development is done, that will be returned back to Citibank. So they won't release this product in the market. So Citibank itself is going to release this application in the market officially, and they will advertise about their application throughout the entire marketing environments. So here TCS is called client and Citibank is called client. TCS company is called vendor. So we are working in what? Software companies. If you become a software developer, you are going to work in the software company. Let's assume you are an employee of TCS. So software developers are going to involve in the development of an application. That's it. Here, Citibank is giving the order to TCS. So it becomes client. And TCS is going to what? Take the requirements and develop that applications. So that's why this is we are calling what? Vendor. Software vendor. So these type of software vendors also we are calling service-based companies. They are going to give the service. And most of the jobs are available in the service-based companies, 90% of jobs. And that too, if you are a fresher, definitely you have to start your career with service-based company itself, mostly. Maybe there is no compulsion that you must start with service-based company. Even you can start with product-based also, but it's highly recommended to start with service-based company so that you can learn more subject and you can gain more knowledge in a less time. In case if you go to product-based company, definitely it will take little time to get the more knowledge. Why? Because they are going to give a specific area and you need to research on that one only. Maybe you may know that, you may heard that Sundar Pichai, he is the Google CEO. And almost he was nearly 7 to 8 years of time he was spent only on one project, that is Google Chrome. 7 to 8 years of time only on Google Chrome. So like that's a product based company. In product based company, they are going to stick with something. But in the service based company, no. If for every 1 year they are going to change. So different projects, different areas of the project development and different technologies they are changing, means sub technologies they are changing, so that there is a chance of learning the subject very fast. So my recommendation is better you starts with service based company. After getting some 5 years of experience, minimum 5 years of experience, then move to product based company. That's the better option. Okay. So, and both in the product based company or in the service based company, software developer responsibility is what? Develop this software. But who is going to plan? And who is going to test? Generally in the software company, different departments we are having. Like it's a first designing team. We have some designing team. In the designing team, it's a something like a business analyst, architect, project manager, like these type of people are available. And second one is development team. So in that one, complete developers are available. Third one, database designing team. And in this one, complete database designing developers are available. And fourth one, testing team. So testers are available and maintenance team. So these are also developers, but they are going to maintain. We are calling these are the second level developers. And this development team, primary developers, first level developers. See, generally, whenever Citibank given the order to TCS to develop an application, so from the TCS company, one team has to plan about the product, how to develop this particular product. So that is designing team. In this one, the first be a business analyst is going to gather each and every requirement from the client by communicating with them. Keep on, he's communicating and he's getting the requirements from them. And architect is going to plan like in this particular software, like total, how many UI screens we need to develop, we need to design, how many programs we have to develop, and scheduling, like for which task we need to give to which developer, and which task we need to give to which tester for testing purpose. Like everything he's going to plan completely. In this one, complete UML diagrams are available, as well as architectural diagrams are available, as well as scheduling is available, like data flow diagrams are available. All different plannings will be done. And project manager is going to just scheduling about this project. When the project has to start, and when the first release, when the second release, and along with that one, when these particular projects are going to be release it to the sorry, when this particular projects has to uh, test, when this project has to deploy, and when this project has to release to the client in different versions, and how to schedule this particular project, everything is going to take care by project manager. And these three combinedly we are calling one team. So these three people are going to work together, that is designing team. Maybe company to company these designations also may changes. Like business analyst is almost common, project manager is also common, and architect, in place of architect, maybe some other designated people also can come, like designers also available, or other system analyst also available, or senior developers also may comes into picture, like different. And finally, coming to the next one is development team. So once the planning is ready, finally one document is going to be prepared by this one, that is called SRS, System Requirement Specification. So this SRS is going to give to development team. So development team is going to start writing the programs. And the development team is not going to take their own decisions. They are just following the SRS document. Like what programs, what UI screens, everything is given in the development team. And database designing team is going to completely. Actually, in the development team itself, it is one part. So database designing team is one part actually. And web designing also one part, one separate team is available. These are the sub teams actually. So database designing team is going to maintain the database. They're going to create the tables in the databases, and they're going to all relations they are going to maintain, like everything. So these particular uh, tables, these are tables they are going to maintain, and their relations also they are going to maintain. And the next one is after that one, after database designing team, development team and web designing team will comes into picture. So web designing team is going to create the UI screens. Every day you are observing, like whenever you type www.facebook.com, one screen will be opened. That is called what? That is one type of UI screen. And whenever you type gmail.com, you will find one screen. That is called one UI screen. Yes. And so these are all what? Programs. You have to, if you want to perform any type of operation, like if you click the register button, some action should be performed. How action will be performed? For that, some coding is required. And if you click the login button, some action will be performed. How? Some coding is required. Those are called programs. So these programs are going to be written by development team. So like that, development team, designing team, like web designing or database designing, whatever teams, these are all mainly are going to responsible to develop the software based on the SRS. And once the product is ready, then testing team will comes into picture. They are going to test the project, like whether it is working properly or not. And it is going to work. It is going to work. Each and every task is working properly or not. Whether this project is developed based on the client requirement or not, or in the performance point of view, any problem is there or not. Everything they are going to check. So these are all will be kept in one separate report that is called test case report we are calling. Like how many tasks they have tested and what is the result of each and every task. How many are success, how many are failure. So based on this testing report, once again development team is going to solve the entire problems. So once the testing is done, then the software is going to be released in the market. Or in case if it is a product based company. In case if it is a service based company, that product is going to be returned to client. So client is going to release that in the market. Releasing is nothing but what? Market. In the market it is releasing means physically it won't release. They will kept in one server, that is called deployment process, and for that one website name will be given. So whoever typing that website name, they can able to see that particular application. Okay, that is all secondary, later we will see. So simply I'm saying this one, just that application they kept in one server machine, and they are going to give one address, that is website address, or we are calling URL. From your computer, you have to type that URL so that you can able to see this application in your system. Okay, so this is the process of placing the application in the server machine is known as deployment. So what is server mission? What is client mission? Database mission? I will let you know very clearly. You need to know about all this before start working with Salesforce. Why? Because in the Salesforce, these are all will comes into picture. And the next maintenance team is nothing but see now Citibank customers are going to start using the Citibank application. But all of a sudden, if any problem is there in the application, Citibank can't solve that one. So that's why a separate maintenance team is going to be there in the backend. If any problem is there, immediately they will sort out the problems. Maybe in the maintenance team, either primary developers can be there or otherwise second level developers also can be there. Mostly in the maintenance team, second level developers only can be there. Fine. So how to this is all about different software companies as well as different departments in the software company. See, these are all very basics. Maybe you may know that, but before start learning of this Salesforce, if you have all this idea, it's very easy to map the technical words, whatever we are talking. So total 3 questions we have discussed till now. First one is, what is software? Second one is types of software companies. Third one is different departments in the software companies. So just let me refresh the points very fastly. Yeah, software. What is software? Software is a computer-based application used to perform business-oriented operations in very less time. That's it. Or otherwise, software is collection of programs used to perform business-oriented operations in very less time. What is the advantage of software? Which will reduce the time-consuming process while performing any type of business-oriented operations. Next, to develop these softwares, we need programming languages. With the help of programming languages only, we need to write the programs. Program is set of instructions used to perform an operation that is written by a programming language. Next, we are having 2 types of software companies. Like one is product-based company, second one is service-based company. Product-based companies are themselves plan the application, develop the application, and release the application in the market. Whereas service-based companies are going to get the order from the client. They will plan and develop the application, finally return back to client. Just they are providing service, paid service. They will take the money and they will develop the application and they will return back to client. Client is going to release in the market officially. And for this one, you may ask some questions like, I don't know exactly what is the internal process of this entire companies are following. Don't worry, I will let you know very clearly in the further sessions. One by one, each and every point I will let you know. What is the starting point and what is the ending point? Everything I will let you know very clearly. Don't worry about that. And the next coming to different departments. What are the departments are available? Like a designing team is available. It's a development team is available. In that one, web designing team is there, database designing team is there, as well as development, complete business logic development team is also available. So the programs, whatever we are writing by using programming languages, so that can be done by business logic development team, or we can simply say development. And UI screens are created by web designing team. Database will be maintained by database designing team. And next, testing. So they are going to test the applications. Once the software is ready, the testing team is going to test. And the last one is maintenance team. They are going to maintain the entire software one after deployment. So these are the first 3 questions. And The next question is, what are the different types of softwares? Yes. Why? Because why we have to learn about this one means we have lot of languages. Is every language we have to use to develop every software? No. So C language is dedicatedly used for to develop some type of software. C++ some type of software. Java, .NET, PHP, Salesforce, like each and every technology we are using to develop different types of softwares. So let me tell you about how many types of softwares are available. First one, basically two types. System softwares. Actually, most of the students are confusing with the types of softwares and which type of softwares we have to develop using what language. Today, I'm going to give you the clarity about this. Second one is application software. Generally, system software, here system is nothing but embedded system, not operating system. Remember, embedded system also we are calling hardware device. Any hardware device we are calling embedded system. So if any software is developed for hardware devices, those are called system softwares. Best example I will tell you. You are having one printer. Printer is a hardware device. If you want to connect your printer with your computer, definitely you need to install one printer driver software. Otherwise, you can't work with that. So that printer driver software is called one system software. So who will use printer driver software? As a user, will you use? No, you won't use printer driver software. Printer driver software is internal for internal usage purpose to connect our computer with the printer while taking the printouts. So we are developing printer driver software for a hardware device called printer. Next, scanner driver software. We have to develop for scanner device. So this is what? So this is printer driver, scanner driver, or otherwise audio driver or video driver. These are all comes under system softwares. And one more best example. You are having CPU. In the CPU, motherboard is there. Motherboard is also one hardware. But this motherboard directly doesn't work. For this one also one software is required. That is operating system. So that's why in your computer, first initially you have to install the operating system. Otherwise your computer doesn't work. Okay? You can't work with your computer. Doesn't work. So this operating system is one example of system software. Next. So finally, the definition is, if any software is developed for hardware device is known as system software. Generally, C, C++ are the mostly used languages to develop the system software. Still in the market, these are there. So that's why still C language, C++ there in the all academics. Still C and C++ is there in the software industry. Still C interview questions are also asked by various interviewers. The reason is still we are using C, but for what purpose? System softwares. Next, application software. If any software is developed for users, end users, those are called application software. That means these softwares directly can be used by the users. Generally in the software company, software industry, three terminologies mostly we can find. One is client. Next one is developer. Next one is end user. Client means a company who is giving the order to develop the software. Developer means the person who is developing a software. End user means the person who is using the software. So first one, client gives the order, developer is going to develop, end user is going to use. So developers are working in the software companies. These are called software vendors. Okay. So application softwares are nothing but these are the softwares especially developed only for what? End users. Generally, these softwares are categorized into two types. First one is standalone applications. Also, we are calling desktop applications. Standalone softwares or desktop applications. Second one is distributed softwares or internet-based application. So generally, the name itself indicates desktop application means if any application runs in the computer without having internet. See, sometimes in your computer directly you can install some softwares. Without internet only you can use these softwares. These are all comes under desktop application. Like what? VLC player. Yes, you can install. But to use the VLC player, is internet is required? No. Real one player. Directly you can install and you can use without having internet itself. And calculator software. Yes, you can install calculator and you can use without internet. Maybe at the time of installation, you will download from the website from an internet. I'm not talking about that one. Internet is not required while using the application. And MS Office, yes, you can install and you can directly use without internet. These are all comes under desktop applications, or we can call standalone softwares. Remember, this standalone software or desktop application, for both of these means for these type of applications, mostly we are going to use .NET. .NET is very, very, very famous in the software industry, especially to develop these applications. Next, distributed or internet-based application. The name itself indicates. If any application you are trying to use with the help of internet, those are all comes under internet-based application. Like what? Facebook. Without internet, you can't use. Gmail. Without internet, you can't use. Amazon, Flipkart, Book My Show. Without internet, you can't use all these applications. So these are all comes under internet-based application. And these are categorized into two types. One is web application. Another one is enterprise application. Generally, web application means if any internet-based application developed commonly for every user in the world, those are called web application. Like Facebook, everyone can use. Gmail, everyone can use. YouTube, everyone can use. Google, everyone can use. So these are all comes under web applications. Anyone can use with the help of internet. And in the software industry point of view, mostly web applications are developed by using Java. And right now, Python is also available. Python also we can develop by using, but Python also we can use to develop the web applications. Actually, .NET also we can use, but it's not much familiar for web application development. .NET is very famous for desktop applications. 100 desktop applications are there means out of that 85 to 90 applications are developed by using .NET itself. And 100 web applications are there means out of that nearly 80 applications are developed by using Java itself. Web applications. Next, enterprise applications. So generally, if any application is developed for a specific organization is known as enterprise application. Like what? For example, I will tell you. Let's take Big Bazaar. So Big Bazaar is having a lot of branches. And in every branch, they're using one billing application. In the billing counters, if you observe, you can find billing application. So this billing application can be used only by Big Bazaar. So this billing application can't be used by outsiders. As a person, can you use this billing application? No. You can use Facebook, you can use Google, you can use Gmail, you can use YouTube, but you can't use this Big Bazaar's billing application. Why? So this billing application developed only for Big Bazaar. So that is called one enterprise application. Or if you take any company like TCS company, if I take, all the employees of TCS are going to use their own internal applications, their own internal mailing application. They won't use Yahoo Mail or Gmail. They will use their own internal mailing application for communication purpose. They will use their own chatting application for communication purpose. Okay, so that means what? This is also one type of enterprise application. Within the organization, only employees of that company can use. So that's why whenever you join in any company, they will give one email ID for you separately. Only that employees of the company can use. Like we have different varieties of enterprise applications, something like product management application. Just I will give you some examples. Product management application. Samsung company is there. They will use this product management application for their internal purpose to manage their products. How many products they are manufacturing, how many products they are selling, and how many products are damaged. Okay, and on how many products they are giving discount, on how many products they are giving cashback, like everything. So this is everyone in the world can't use. Only employees of Samsung company can use this one. Budget management application. For example, Reliance company, they are using budget management, the total overall budget. It's a monthly budget, quarterly budget, annual budget. Okay, everything. So they are going to maintain this budget management application. Outsiders can't use, only employees can use. Next, project management application, HR management application, employee management applications, and something like inventory management applications, shipment management applications. Like these are the different varieties of applications. Till now you didn't, maybe you didn't you heard about this one. Why? Because you didn't use all this. These are all enterprise applications. This is a new angle for you. So which technology is very famous to develop these enterprise applications? Salesforce. So Salesforce is very, very famous. Actually, initially, Salesforce was introduced to develop CRM applications. So CRM applications are nothing but it's a marketing, sales, as well as service. These three applications combinedly we are calling CRM applications. Generally, for every company, marketing is important, sales is important, service is also important. Why? Because every company is doing business. For business, these three are very mandatory. So initially they have introduced it to develop CRM application, but later its scope is increased to develop all type of enterprise applications. So right now we are using the Salesforce to develop not only CRM application, but also all enterprise application. Actually, CRM application also one type of enterprise application, but don't worry, I will let you know very clearly what is CRM, what are these enterprise applications, how to develop by using Salesforce or all. So finally, the conclusion is Salesforce is a not a normal technology. See, Java is one, Java, .NET, C, C++, these are not normal technologies. But Salesforce is a cloud technology. Why? Because cloud computing concept was implemented in this one. So we can say Salesforce is a cloud technology which is used to develop not only CRM application but also all enterprise applications. So is Salesforce is a language? No, Salesforce is one technology. In other words, we can say Salesforce is one bundle with collection of languages. Generally, in the Salesforce, uh, we are having Visual Force. It is one language. Apex, it is one language. And next one is Aura components, it is one language. Lightning Web component, it is one language. Like these are the different languages combination. So it is a bundle. Salesforce is a bundle with these many languages. So by using Salesforce, we can develop enterprise applications as well as CRM applications. But what is the beauty with the Salesforce is you no need to write much code. So everyone is having the fear about writing of code with Java writing of code, .NET writing of code, but in the Salesforce configuration, all are drag and drop. Just with the drag and drop, all you can develop, automatically code will be generated. Almost 90% is a drag and drop only. Only 10% we can write the code. Actually, this 10% also we can avoid. So recently, they have introduced a concept called flow builder. So by using this flow builder, most of the code we can skip. And actually, it is beta version. It's not completely developed. But once the entire flow builder is done, you no need to write even this 10% of code also. 100% of code you can means you can skip the 100% of code. Means with all drag and drop only, you can develop the entire application. So most of you may have different ideas like where you want to settle in the software industry. Somebody wants to settle in the testing side. Somebody wants to settle in the development side. Somebody wants to settle in the web designing side. Somebody wants to settle in the database designing side. Like different. So testing side is nothing but what? You need to learn the testing tools. Development side is nothing but programming languages. Web designing side means UI technologies you have to learn. Database designing side is nothing but you need to learn about database like Oracle, MySQL, in that one SQL, PLSQL, these type of languages you have to learn. But which department, which type of developers will get more salaries means obviously developers. Developers only will get more salaries compared to testers, web designers, and database designers. But everyone is having fear to write the code. So for them, definitely Salesforce is one of the alternates. So by using Salesforce, you can develop the applications without writing the code, and you can draw more salaries also. Just if you open Naukri or Monster, these type of websites, just you type Salesforce jobs. Just for fun, you search for that one once. Or directly open the Google Salesforce jobs. How many jobs are available and how much packages they are providing, you just check once. Check once. So very huge packages on the Salesforce and very huge number of jobs are available on Salesforce. Really, if you know about the Salesforce, definitely you are going to so that is definitely one of the added advantages to you. Why? Because the future is completely cloud computing, all cloud technologies. So that's why these whoever know about this Salesforce, definitely they can able to survive for long time. Once if you learn the Salesforce, the next 15 to 20 years, aram se you can work without having any tensions to update for the new technology. Maybe within the Salesforce itself, you have to update for new features. Okay, but you no need to shift to new technology whenever you are working in Salesforce. So that much of demand is there, that much of craze is there for Salesforce. But what is this Salesforce? What is cloud computing? What is CRM? And how the future is there about the Salesforce? Like all the points I'm going to discuss in the next session. Why? Because today just we are spending the time. We are going to talk about the very basic introduction part. What is what? What is software? Types of software companies, different departments in the software companies, different types of softwares, all this. Got it? Any questions? Anyone? Any questions? Anyone in today's session? So you no need to worry about this entire Salesforce. I will take care. Each and every option I'm going to show you very practically by taking one real-time scenario. I'm going to explain so that easily you can map each and every point with that real-time point of view. Okay, right. Any questions? Anyone? Which technology is mostly used in Salesforce? No, actually Salesforce is one technology. In that one,